We still have 2 months till Iowa, so anything can happen as we know. But as we've talked about, as polls indicate, this seems to be a rematch of 2020. Do you think anyone at all on that stage last night moved the needle to get into the conversation of being a really serious contender against former President Trump?
No. Did they move the needle in terms of being a potential number two or a presidential candidate in waiting for 2028? Yes. But no, not in terms of really gaining on the president. Obviously, we'll see, Brittany, what happens in Iowa, the latest polls, which are still, I know it sounds crazy, but 60 some days out, we're still pretty far out. But if those polls hold and the president wins double digits in Iowa and carries New Hampshire, I think effectively the contest for the nomination is over, short of the X factor, of course, which is the multiple courts of law that are in play determining whether or not the president should even be a free man.
I do want to ask you about one other poll that came out just a few days ago, and it's a New York Times poll, and it shows President Biden getting absolutely trounced in some key swing states against former President Trump in head-to-head matchups. What do you make of this, and especially after Tuesday's election night, as well as last night's performance?
Well, it certainly shows that the current president has done a very bad job of selling whatever it is he's trying to sell. He keeps talking about Bidenomics, and Bidenomics in many of the swing states is not very popular. He talks about all of the accomplishments under his administration. There have been several things they have achieved, like infrastructure, but none of those seem to have moved the needle in the right direction. He's headed south. Historically, you look at his numbers and you say he doesn't have a bloody chance. The reason he has a chance is probably the words Donald J. Trump. If Trump is the Republican nominee, it's all bets are off, right? Even though Trump has to be emboldened that in all those swing states to be up over Biden in all the swing states, that goes against the argument Vivek Ramaswamy was trying to advance in the debate, right? That we can't win. Well, he's showing he actually can win in all the key places that determine political and presidential fate in the modern world.